What do you guys think butters means?
Butters?
Butters.
She's laughing, so it's got to be dirty.
You mean like nice butters?
So you'd say it in a sentence like,
Ooh, she's got a good bodice.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Retirement House Podcast.
The only podcast with over 450 years of wisdom and expertise.
That's right. And our two guests this week are the comedic geniuses behind ShxtsNGigs.
wow.
Wow,
The ShxtsNGigs
Geniuses.
podcast.
Thank you guys for having us.
Honestly,
That's a lovely
thank you.
Oh,
introduction.
absolutely.
Very.
And they came across the pond to visit us, and they have two of the best laughs we've ever had.
Which is
That's
really
awesome.
great because everyone knows I'm hilarious.
Oh, please.
All right, we'll find out.
We will find out.
We have a whole new episode format this week, and we're really excited about using it and showing it to you.
Sounds good.
So let's get to it. Please give a warm welcome to James and Fuhad.
Hey, thank you for having us.
Thank you.
All right, boys. Before we get into it, could you please let us know quickly and tell us how you two met and ended up building such a tremendous podcast?
Every time we get asked this question, I always pan it off to him. So I'm going to take the reins today.
Swear?
Yeah.
All
and,
right.
And give him a seat back. Let him
All right,
rest.
good.
Let him
Let's
relax. So we met in university. You guys call it college. At the age of 18. We've been friends since then.
Wow.
So 14, 15 years.
Last year.
Come on. 14, 15 years. The podcast started in 2019, just prior to lockdown. Just prior to lockdown. And it started off because he's a podcast fiend. He loves podcasts. He always used to listen to podcasts on his long journeys because he's a driver. I say he's a driver. He loves to drive, or he has to drive a lot for work and things like
Clarify.
that. Yeah. Clarify. You're not a driver. He loves to drive because he has to most of the time, and he always listens to podcasts. And he wanted to get out of the 9 to 5 rat race. And every time I used to live in Manchester, which is another city in the UK, 3 hours away from London. And every time we used to go out, he used to come up and visit me once a month. And we'd get drunk, go out, have a bit of fun. And the next morning, we'd reminisce on the night before, reminisce on university times or college times. And he said, bro, let's just get some cameras, do what we're doing now, just with cameras and see how it goes. And I obviously said no, 10 times. I said no straight away. And I don't know why I said no, because we're here now in the retirement house. So this is obviously the perfect format. But yeah, that was the birth of it. And we've just kept on going since then.
Well,
You did well.
yes.
Yeah.
Very well.
I'm always amazed that when people are starting something to get away from something they don't like, and then it becomes such a big hit. I think that's great.
It's good motivation. Yeah.
Great motivation, yeah.
Yeah. Fleeing pain is always more motivating than seeking pleasure. Yeah.
They're so good.
Were either of you stand-up comics? Because you're really funny.
Thank you. No, we're not. So we were just talking about this the other day. I think people give us credit for being funnier than we actually are, because all we do is try and make each other laugh. And thankfully it happens to translate. Yeah. My only mission is to only ever make him laugh. And then
And likewise, yeah. And we just happen to make it work for everyone else, I guess.
Did you ever want to be actors?
No. I am the worst person when it comes to scripts. You can't give me a script because I'll fumble. I could read the line word for word and I'll fumble the line word for word. I'm terrible with scripts.
I got it. I'm like that.
I just don't like the pressure. I like to free flow. That's me.
So what do you want to be when you grow up?
Successful.
yeah.
Successful and enjoying my life like you guys are in the retirement house, you know?
Come on.
Of course, yes. But on a serious note, what do you like in football? Same teams?
Are you talking about American
UK
football?
No,
Yeah.
no, UK football.
All right.
I appreciate you calling it football. Let's go. Do you know about UK football?
Yes.
Oh, I'm a big fan of Manchester United.
Oh.
Big fan.
Okay, and
And
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a football fan. I hold my hands up. I'm not a football fan.
His
But
face.
when I was a kid, I was a big Manchester United fan as well.
okay, yeah.
I apologize, bro. I'm sorry.
Do you like witches?
Witches. Depends. I like a bad witch
Or
now and again.
spiders?
Spiders pass. Hard pass on the spiders.
This might be a good time to mention that we're dressed for our Halloween show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, in case you didn't
We-
know it's Halloween.
We're all in Halloween costumes.
You guys have pulled it off very well.
Yeah, you guys.
Very well.
I feel
Can you
underdressed.
figure out who each one of us is?
Oh, peep.
Somewhere.
Oh, Wizard of
Great
Oz.
voice, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, I just told my agent I can't sing. Don't say that.
What's the movie called again?
Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz. Sorry, I didn't hear you say it. Wizard of Oz.
You win something for that. What I
What's her
don't
actual
know,
name?
but
What is her name?
What's her name?
Dorothy.
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 I was gonna
The
say
red
Dolly.
Wait for the red. You know.
The-
Oh, the clinks.
Yes.
And
Elvis.
the gentleman, oh, that was
Obviously.
easy.
One.
The ruby slippers.
right, I'm not wearing. I'm saving those for later.
No worries.
Come on.
No worries.
And Galen.
Yes.
Is it
Who are
generic
you?
witch? Is it
Yeah.
the Wicked Witch of the West? Is
There you
it?
go.
Oh,
Is it
Wicked Witch of the West.
Oh no, I'm a much sexier witch than that, and no intention of melting,
Let's go.
but trying to melt you.
Hey, come
Yo,
on, boss.
Oh.
I'm a shy guy.
We
Now
just
that's
went to an X-rated show. Okay.
Yeah, that's a
Which
yellow
we
brick road.
usually are,
Fair play.
especially if they're handsome gentlemen on the set.
Thank you
I've
so
been here a
much.
long time.
Yeah, well,
This is a very complimentary show.
Very.
I appreciate it.
Yes.
and can you tell what this weenie is over here? Oh, I mean, this gentleman is
It's
over
what
here.
we got. Hot dog.
hot dog.
Extra relish.
Yeah. Hot dog extra relish.
And you know
Let's
who
go.
that is?
It's giving Soul Train. I'm not sure.
I like that.
She's a-
It's kind of
she's
got
a
that
living
look with
doll.
the flares and stuff.
That
I'm
didn't
a
help?
Barbie
Barbie,
girl.
yeah, let's
Hey,
go.
In the
come
Barbie
on.
Yeah, yeah.
world. Okay. Like we said earlier, our show's going to be a little different today. Normally, we ask questions of our guests and they ask questions of us. But today, we're going to play some games. And I hope they're fun.
You like games?
We do like
we
games.
have had a deck of cards, mystery cards, sent in with questions from both our Instagram fans and your Instagram fans. And we would like to just see what's here. It's a mystery game.
Sounds good.
Okay. Now, this was sent in. We did not come up
All
with
right.
these
Okay. Cool.
We believe you. We believe you.
Okay, what's a weird smell you actually like?
What are you gonna say?
I'm a sweaty armpit guy. I'm not gonna lie. You know when you have to check? If you just give it one of these and you're like, I'm like 2, 3. I'm there.
It makes you happy.
It doesn't make me happy.
Okay.
It's just it's addictive.
Maybe you should take more showers. I don't know.
I should take more showers.
Top that one? Yeah.
Mine is weird. I feel like every time I put fuel in my car, it obviously gets on my hands, and I just do.
Oh
It like
wow.
perks me up a little bit.
I bet it
Yeah,
does.
just a little bit.
I agree with you.
Yeah, that's like my weird niche.
Yeah, I like the smell of gas and I like the smell of skunks.
That's not true. That's not true.
I've been told I clearly have never really smelt a skunk.
Oh right, yeah.
but
not have.
I don't know. It's right up there with gas for me.
When I was 7 years old, a skunk crawled under our house, greeted us with that smell, and kept me out of school for a whole month.
A month.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that how serious they are?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a serious smell.
Jeez, yeah. We don't have skunks in the UK, so
Really?
we're chilling.
You don't
you
have any
sure?
skunk?
No skunks.
I don't think I've ever seen a skunk.
Wait, even in the countryside, you don't have
Nah,
skunks?
we don't have skunks at all.
I've never seen them before.
That's your problem. I apologize.
But you guys live in the city, right?
I live in the city.
He lives in the city. I don't live in the city. I live in the country.
And
And
no skunks?
No skunks.
then how'd you know what it was?
I watch a lot of American TV. I know what a skunk is. Yeah.
I wish I had known that excuse when I was a kid. Oh, I can't go to school. I've been sprayed by a skunk, so I can get a month off.
Okay, who's next?
I have a question.
Okay.
What's your biggest guilty pleasure that nobody knows about? Until now.
Biggest guilty pleasure.
Remember, this is going to be on the internet.
Right. So my biggest guilty pleasure is a lovely film by Joseph Gordon-Levitt, 500 Days of Summer. It's my guilty pleasure. I've seen it like 17 times.
Really?
Yeah, and I nearly cry every single time. I'm not even joking.
Okay.
Can we get it on American television?
Yes.
Yeah.
500 Days of Summer?
500 Days of Summer.
All
It is a
right.
beautiful movie.
Okay.
My guilty pleasure, I would say, damn, it's a real, it's a real thinker. I'm not gonna lie.
We have tissue. It's okay.
Because you have so many that it's difficult to choose which one.
Maybe I'm just not. Maybe they're just not guilty enough. That's probably why I have. Maybe I've got pleasures, but they're just not guilty enough. So yeah, I think that's
us
my
what-
answer.
Tell
not
us one of
guilty
your
enough.
pleasures.
Let's just hear one of them that's not so guilty
Yeah.
anyway.
We'll see if it's guilty or not.
Yeah, we'll be the judge.
We'll be the judge of that.
Okay, one of my pleasures. Actually, a guilty pleasure of mine, which is probably a bit backwards, is I really love, like, you know, when you're just chilling on the sofa watching TV, and when you've got snacks on you, one of those ones when if it like falls down you, I just like lay there and just pick it off like that. That's a guilty pleasure of mine. It's weird, but I do it. If it happens all the time, I'm just like, I'm here for it.
If it hits
I'm here for it.
if it hits on the floor, do you have the 5-second
No,
rule?
we got the 3-second rule.
3
It's
seconds.
quicker. It's quicker in the UK.
Oh, I give it 10.
You give it 10.
I missed it. Oh, I still want it.
It's quicker in the UK.
Rock, it's a
Yeah,
clean rock,
exactly.
okay.
I'm next,
Okay.
and I love this question. What's your best pickup line?
Let me write this down. Wait.
Best pickup line. Okay, so it's not necessarily a pickup line, but yeah, a lot of for some because all of our stuff is always seated. We're always sitting down. People have no idea how tall we are, and one of our main questions is how tall are you? How tall are you? How tall are you? So I just tell everyone I'm 4'2". I tell everyone I'm 4'2", and if they want to know the truth, they're gonna have to come and find out. That's my go-to.
I would say, for me, I like to talk with like GIFs and memes. That's my go-to. So I would probably like react to someone's Instagram story with like a cheeky wink meme. That's my like introduction to certain things. So yeah, I would say that.
So you get things slid into your DM?
Hey. Hey.
You're sweating, guy.
I'm just a warm person, you know.
So do people look at you and say, "Hey, handsome"?
Sometimes.
Oh,
Sometimes.
I love an honest man.
And I reply with just maybe like a tip of the hat. Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you, yeah.
Mom?
That kind of leads into my question about pickup lines because, well, this was my date was saying last night, but what is the Big Bang?
What?
What is the Big Bang?
What's the Big Bang?
Yeah, my date called me that last night.
Yo, brother.
What is the Big Bang?
Oh my goodness. That's the question. That's what it says. Does it say?
I
Cheer
mean,
up. Try to cheer up. and God.
I believe
you walk
you,
in the
Ro.
room, they say that. Hey, here comes the Big Bang.
Yeah, that's what she said. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. It never came, but hey.
Moving right along.
What is the Big Bang?
Yes.
I was
So
We get
this
serious.
is a serious
Serious
question, right?
Absolutely.
So
Science,
the-
yeah,
it's
science is-
twofold.
Yes.
The Big Bang is twofold. So you can either have like the Big Bang, which is the theory, like the show, or the Big Bang.
Which is, right, yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah, right,
Elvis,
right, yes.
you are the Big Bang.
Yes.
Also, the Big Bang is, I don't know how.
Where you going with this?
Because the Big Bang is obviously
the start of the
the
universe.
start of the universe, but clearly the Big Bang for you is something else. So,
Yes,
so Elvis.
True or not? That's what he says.
Okay. I'm done. That's my question.
You two handsome young men, I shall repeat. You have your own piles.
Thank
there.
you.
All right, bet. Which
Do we
one?
take them all? Or do we just take one?
No,
Just take
just
one,
one.
just take
Just one. Okay.
Yeah, at a time. Yes.
Ah, okay. You go first.
Who is the most famous person you have saved in your phone?
Saved in your phone?
Yeah.
We're not that kind of stars. We're TikTok stars.
Hey,
The biggest star in my phone is probably Bubby.
Each other, yeah.
Yeah, that's
She likes being called a star.
Right, and I do the same for her.
That's adorable. What you got? That's adorable,
That is
bro.
adorable.
That's wholesome.
All right, for you guys, what is your wildest?
Oh, wait.
Wait,
You
oh,
think
me
yours?
too? Yeah,
I thought we were asking you.
Oh,
Okay,
no,
because
you
my
wanna
question
hear
was a bit
You're
far
asking
fetched.
us and yourselves.
Okay.
Who's the most famous person in my phone? Probably you, to be fair, bro. I'm actually thinking about it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about it. Yeah, actually, nah. I was gonna say Bash is probably a bit more famous than you.
Yeah.
So there's a UK-based TikToker called Bash the Entertainer. What's he got, like
And loads.
13 million?
Yeah, it's
Something like
crazy.
that.
It's
Yeah, I'd say Bash, probably him. Yeah.
Didn't we work with that guy?
Bachelor entertainer?
Bash.
The
Oh,
Entertainer.
Bash the entertainer.
Bash.
I'm actually gonna steal your answer and say you.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
James is the most.
Come
famous
on,
person I know.
man.
Yeah.
You're
for sure.
welcome.
I appreciate it. All right, my question.
Yes.
What is your wildest memory from high school?
Where could you start? Where could you start?
let's see.
High school, huh?
That's
a long way
I
back.
can think of the wildest thing that I remember from high school. I ditched school. I was over my boyfriend's house. He lived with his uncle, who was an attorney, who came home early.
Oh.
Damn.
And what did he find?
My desk. We managed to get very quiet because my boyfriend wasn't supposed to be home either.
Oh, jeez.
Oops.
So I went out the window, and luckily,
Oh,
the window was off an alley, and my house was just up at the top of the hill.
Okay.
So I left, and I went up to the top of the hill, and he told his uncle, I felt sick. I came home from school. We actually got away with that one.
Yeah, well played.
Well played indeed.
Well played.
Well played indeed.
what was your most?
Most wildest memory from high school would probably be, I would say it was like my prom. Because one, it was one of those ones where you felt like you were quote unquote getting married to the girl you went to prom with. And it felt like a weird moment, but it was also one of those ones where I didn't go to prom with the girl I wanted to go to prom with because everyone else had asked said girl before. And I was like,
That
Damn.
same girl?
not the same girl. Everyone had asked other girls, but the one I wanted to go with had already been asked. So I had to kind of like, not even have it like an option B. It was just like, we were the last ones left.
Beggars can't be
Yeah,
choosers.
beggars can't be choosers. So I went to the prom with just a random girl. So yeah,
Yeah.
but it was still fun. We still had a good time.
Yeah,
Still had a good
sure.
time.
Sure.
Do you know if she's still around and is going to hear this podcast?
Hopefully not. No, she's still around. No, she's still around. Let me clarify. She's still around. I hope.
Okay. Yeah.
But if she hears this, hope she laughs.
Right.
What is it? Wildest memory from high school? What is my wildest memory from high school? My wildest memory from high school is probably I went to a really, really, really rough high school.
Wait,
And
in England?
in England, yeah.
Mighty Claire.
I thought they
me
were
about
such
this.
gentlemen
I
there.
did too.
Nah,
Let's
it's
hear
rough.
this.
It's rough in England.
It's not. Yeah, it's not.
all
It's not.
crackers and
It's
stuff,
not as
yeah.
posh.
Keep in mind that they're younger than we are.
But still.
Yeah, it's not as pleasant as it seems.
Okay,
we just speak
go
nice.
on.
But yeah, I went to a very rough high school, and one time in the cafeteria, there was the fight of the century between a twin brother and sister.
Whoa.
Yeah, and
Yeah. That,
she won big time. Yeah, she won. She took him out.
yeah.
So yeah, that was the wildest thing I'd ever seen in my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, what about you guys? What else we got?
My wildest memory from high school was getting expelled from school because I was standing up for equality and I was in a segregated school, and I was angry that we were segregated in that way, and I was expelled from school and sent home with students throwing books at me.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that. First of all, thank you. Secondly, damn.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, it
That's
was
very
wild. That's
Wow.
and I ran and they were chasing me down the halls throwing books. And I ran into the principal's office, red-faced, crying, and threw myself on his desk and said, help me, help me. And he stood up and he looked down and he said, Galen Baker, you're a troublemaker and you need to be expelled from this high school.
Wow.
Yeah.
This took a dark turn.
I've never had a book thrown on me.
No one's throwing a book at me. I don't think I'll survive it.
Multiple books.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you heard the term. They'll throw
Yeah.
the book at you.
Well, that's where it came from.
That's right. They threw the books at me.
crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Question. Whose turn for the question?
Okay, I'll ask. What was your most embarrassing moment? This for all of you, but only if it's an exciting story.
Oh, we weren't exciting. Oh.
Get boringly.
No boring stories.
James, you have a look on
Yeah,
your face.
all right.
Go for it.
I can't tell that story. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna
no.
Actually, okay, good. I've told it on our show. I'll tell it on this show.
Okay.
What am I doing? Right, I'm gonna cover my eyes while I tell the story.
No, we want to see your eyes when you relate this
All right.
experience.
So, do you know what I'm gonna tell?
I have
The
no
bath
idea.
mat story. Right, this is heinous. I apologize. So when I was younger, I regret this. When I was younger, I was dating a girl, and I very, very badly needed to use the bathroom for a number 2, which is like a cardinal sin. And I, oh my God. So I went to the bathroom and tried to go as fast as possible. And I'd realized once I was in there that the door wasn't locked. So what I did was I got so panicked thinking that her mum might walk in or someone else might walk in that was in the house that I quickly stood up, ran across the bathroom and locked the door. By the time I looked back, I had left evidence of my endeavors all across the bathroom floor. Most of which was on her shower mat, which was impossible to clean.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so I had to do the best I could and bail. And I haven't spoken to her since. That's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me in my entire
Did you
life.
speak to her as you left the house?
Yeah, I said bye. Yeah, but yeah. She
If
thought it was a
either
see you
that or
later. It
speak
was a
out the
bye.
window.
It was a bye, never see you again.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. You shouldn't have told that one. That was too much. That was too much.
Mine probably trumps his.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you set up for this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine is known as the trifecta.
Oh, don't tell this story.
It's
We can't have two of the same story, bro.
Repeat,
Don't, for the love of God, don't tell the story.
known as the what?
The trifecta, but apparently I can't tell the story. I'm trying to think of another one.
Oh,
Okay.
no, don't let him talk you out of telling your truth.
All right, tell the story. Now you tell your truth, bro.
All right, tell my truth. So it's called the trifecta, and you will understand why. There was a time in our lives, we were in university, college at the time.
Sure.
And we were going for a night out. It was like a bar crawl kind of thing in our college, and I'd never been to one before. So I was over-prepared and started to drink way too early. And I didn't mix my drinks. I was drinking it straight from the bottle. I thought, why not? It's going to be a good night. Let me start early. I was too drunk. We were walking to meet our friends in another building, but I got too drunk. I starfished on a car because they couldn't actually pick me up. But I managed to get to the room, and we were all waiting. Everyone else was getting ready, and they tried to say, "Okay, it's time for us to go," but I was literally dead. I couldn't move. I couldn't do anything. I was obviously way too drunk. Everything I was drinking 2 hours before had caught up with me before we left the house. So I was like, you know what, guys? I'm not going to go. I'm going to rest. I'm going to stay. Cool. So, but where I was laid up was like a communal kitchen, and the toilets in said building were in everybody else's room, and each room was locked. You needed a key card to get into the room. But because I didn't live there, I didn't have a key card. So I was stuck to the confines of the communal kitchen. So it's called a trifecta because I had to throw up outside of the window. I had to do a number 1 in a bucket. And I also felt the need to do a number 2 in the bucket. And then I left the next morning.
And never came back.
And never came back. So that was my trifecta. That's literally the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me.
We should be ashamed of ourselves.
I know, but this caveat,
This is the worst 2 stories of all time.
caveat, this was 13 years ago.
Yeah,
maybe.
a long time.
A long time.
We've grown up since.
Over a decade ago.
Yeah, we can control our bowels
Oh,
now.
they've matured. You've matured by now.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yes, okay.
What about you guys? Most embarrassing thing that's happened to you?
Oh, yes.
Oh, I've never been embarrassed.
Never been
Hey,
embarrassed.
come on.
It's a great answer.
Nothing compared to that. But in drinking, I was never a big drinker. And when I was in the service, we went to the service club. I didn't know at the time you should eat first. So I hadn't
You
eaten
didn't know at the time that
because I
you
was-
should eat first?
because I hadn't been drinking anything. And I wasn't a drinker.
Yeah.
And I had what they call over there chichi, which is like coconut, pineapple, and rum and vodka.
Oh, my
amazing.
God.
So I
Sounds
had,
good.
I liked it. Let me have another one. Had another one. Had to use the restroom. Okay, went in, closed the door, did my business, stood up and walked right into the door. Then I said, okay, I'm okay. Well, I open that door, walk into that door.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, push that door open, tell the guys, I think I got to go back. And I was just waddling back to the service. By the time they got there, the fresh air cleaned me out. But they said, well, what'd you have to eat? Nothing. You dummies. That's when I learned. It's like, okay, I eat before I drink. And didn't drink too much after that.
God.
But nothing compared to you guys.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Ours
Yeah.
was terrible.
Yeah.
I feel even worse about sharing mine.
I was drunk and I could still get it done.
Well, my most embarrassing moment, I was on a USO tour. It was in college. So everything that happens in college, we'll just stays in college. But I was on this USO tour, and I was the oldest one on the tour. And I thought I would be protecting the younger college students if I drank this stuff called Anseth.
Oh.
Right. I thought it was regular booze.
Oh, man.
So we drank a bunch of Anseth. And I remember getting in a car.
And that was the
I
last.
remember being up on top of a mountain looking out over the city. And I remember being in my room throwing stuff in my suitcase because we were leaving that night. And I remember waking up on a train.
I promise you now, I'm not waking up suddenly on a train.
That will frighten the life out of me.
And I wasn't sure what was going on. And I look up, and the director of the USO in that region was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Oh my God, what?"
Do you know where the train was heading?
And I did. The train, thank God, was my group, and we were headed where we were supposed to be going. And he was begging me to not leave. I don't know what I had said to them.
Oh, dear.
But he was saying, "Please don't go. We'll work it out." And I'm thinking, what did I say?
Work it out.
Oh my God. So
Yeah.
ultimately he was telling me, the last couple of trips we've had to send people home. And we really don't want to have to send you home. We don't want you to leave. I said, "Oh, okay. I won't leave." Well, I made it through the tour. That was the last Anseth I've ever drank. And I get home and I get this letter from Japan. This guy, I have no idea who he was, had written me this lovely letter. I apparently had given him my address. And he said, "I hope you made it home okay."
Oh, my word.
It was a very nice evening. Thank you very much. And I'm thinking, what happened?
Oh, God.
That'll put the fear of God
Yeah, I was
on
going
me.
to say that. Yeah, that will stress me out too much.
Yeah.
And I never wrote him back. But I survived. But I was so embarrassed, I did not know what to do.
Oh, jeez.
Does anyone have anything to add to that?
Monterey's over here grunting. I think he has an embarrassing moment to talk about.
Grunting. Well, it's hard to say if this was embarrassment or just terror, but we used to have some legendary parties at the house that I grew up in, which was a unique experience in itself. But it was a big building. It was three stories tall, and it was 8-sided, and it was in the middle of a forest. And so most of the time, the cops would see you goofing off in the streets, and they'd say, hey, just go up to Morrissey's house. Just get out of here. Nobody will bother you up there. There's no people around. Nobody will worry about it. Just get up there. So we used to go up there, and we had our own garage bands and whatnot, and we used to have these great parties. And so one night, we're having this party, pre-internet, so it was amazing that in those days, word of mouth, how fast it could spread. And so we had it was 3 stories. We had a band on each floor. We had people coming out of the woodwork from down the peninsula and all over the Bay Area. This was up in San Francisco. And we just had more people than we'd ever had before. And everybody was just having a great old time, but I didn't know anybody. So I had been upstairs, and I saw some lights coming through the trees, and I didn't know what that was. So I went down to investigate. And as I came out, I stepped right into a police officer. And he's looking at me, and he's looking around the house, and all the kids, and all the screaming and yelling, and the music and whatnot. And he's going, what's going on here? And so I said, look, everything's fine. We're cooling it down. I'm cutting it off. No problem. I'll get everybody out. I don't know who they are. They'll leave. and so I, calmed him down. I said everything was going to be fine. I'm getting rid of everybody. We'll clean everything up. No problem. And it got pretty much, I had him talked into it. And at that moment, they had these big bills on their hats, very shiny big bills. And all of a sudden, tap, 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 and he's looking at me, and his smile is leaving his face. And he steps back a little bit, and this pattering keeps going on the ground, and he's looking at me and giving me this eye, and I realize what's going on. And a friend of mine up on the 3rd story was relieving himself.
Oh.
Oh, and that's kind of how I felt. And he just stepped back again and again, and he said, "This is ending, right?" I said, "Absolutely." I lived through that night, so I thanked my lucky stars, and that was the end of the parties at that particular establishment. Yeah.
Jesus. Okay.
That's funny.
It wasn't at the moment. Okay, hey, we'd love to play another game with you, though, but this one's a little different. Okay. Now, there's a lot of slang around, but there's UK slang and there's US slang. So, let's try a little of this. Tell me what you think of what extra means.
Extra.
Extra.
We have extra.
We have extra as well.
Over the top.
Over the top.
Yeah, extra. You'll be an extra.
Okay. Do we have an expert that can actually say that we're right or wrong on this? You can.
Oh, I'll tell you that one. That one's right.
The young kid who
I'm
runs the
always
show.
something
I started with the
extra,
easy
so
one,
I know that word.
You throw the hook out, you think.
There you go.
Okay.
Reel him in. Okay.
All right, cool. UK slang. I would say, what do you guys think peng means? You can say peng?
Yeah.
What do you think peng means?
Yeah.
Peng?
P-E-N-G. Peng.
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 As in Gwen?
Peng. The peng.
So you would use it in a sentence saying,
For example, ladies, you're looking peng today.
you're looking very peng.
Very pretty.
Hey,
Or button
there
down.
you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
What is it derived from?
No,
No
idea.
idea. We just
No,
kept
no,
it
not so bad.
I don't think any of these words are derived from something that
I know
makes
some
sense.
of them. Some of
What?
them are. Extra is.
What? Cap?
Cap. Do you know what
Yeah.
Yeah, cat means
Cap
fake,
is
lie.
lie.
It's a lie. Yeah.
How about
I
drip?
didn't get
Drip. Clothes.
Yes, and style.
Hey,
Style.
come on, man.
Stylish.
We're moving right along.
What do you guys think butters means?
Butters?
Butters.
But
She's laughing, so it's got to be dirty.
Yeah.
Like nice butters?
So you'd say it in a sentence like,
Ooh, she's got a good bodice.
I'm not good
What?
buzz.
What?
All right, so we would say,
Or should I say
I don't.
he?
You could say, I don't like her. She's butters. Or yeah, I don't like her. She's butters.
But
She's
let's
naughty. She's nuts.
Spell the word.
Butters.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Butters.
Butters.
She's
Yeah, butters.
Let's see. And now if that's derived, that brings several things to mind.
It must be really funny.
It's only funny because
she's ugly.
yes. You got it.
Whoa!
What did you say?
It is ugly. Yeah.
Ding, ding. Yes.
Chuck,
I
what
can-
did you say?
She's ugly. If she's butters.
Yeah. Well
right,
done.
well done.
Really?
Is that like
Half
butt ugly?
English, but that's on Dad's side. That was, 100
There
years
you
ago.
go, man.
Well played.
Jeez, I'm surprised you got that.
Wow.
But okay. What do we get for them? How about Chuggy? Chuggy.
Chuggy.
Yeah, Chuggy, huh?
Yeah.
I think I got you.
Yeah.
Can I have it in a sentence?
I don't know what the hell it means either. So
Chuggy.
I have it on
Oh,
my
see,
list
even
too,
he's got
but
to look
I
it
don't
up.
know what it means.
even the
Yeah.
26-year-old has to look it up.
Chuggy. Like, hey, you're getting a little
Okay.
chuggy there, aren't you?
Uncool.
I would never.
Chuggy means uncool.
I was
Yeah.
never.
I've
get
never.
Because you're not Chuggy.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. True.
You're
Yeah.
not
To be
Chuggy.
fair. Yeah.
what's
Yeah.
Chuggy?
Okay.
The trick is remembering all this tomorrow.
There we go.
All right.
I'm trying to think of another.
You want to
sign.
try
One
one?
of my favorites is fire.
That's fire.
Yeah, that's hot.
That's
Yeah.
fire.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
I would say. Okay. Do you know what prang means? Prang. Prang. Yeah.
So yeah, you could say
She's primo. That's top notch.
prang.
No.
How use it in a sentence?
I would say, for example, I don't want to do this. I'm prang.
Good use.
Out. I'm out.
I'm
No.
I don't. You would get. It's completely
to
wrong.
be
So
fair,
don't do that.
No, it's not. It's not right.
Not praying. Okay.
I don't want to do this.
I won't do this. I'm prang.
I won't do this.
You're too good for that.
No.
I'm praying. I'm praying.
When I, your reaction to when I screamed, you were praying.
Like,
Scared?
yeah.
Come on, Elvis.
You're pro.
Yes,
You're
you're a pro
pro.
at this.
Frank,
Where did that
Prang means scared.
scared.
Yes. Scared. Yeah.
I'm not going to remember a damn thing tomorrow. Because
I was going to say, is that an American slang?
That's a British
British,
slang.
very
Oh,
British.
okay.
Yeah, it's very
My,
British.
my grandson lives in London,
Oh, nice.
so maybe if I learn some of your
Yeah.
words.
Yeah.
Next time you talk to him, ask him if he's praying.
Okay.
This isn't a slang word and it's not a crazy question, but I am interested in what you're doing here. What brought you to the United States this time?
So this time around, funnily enough, our audience, our demographic is mainly US based.
Really?
Yeah. So and we never do any fan service, and we never come here. So we thought we'd do some this time and share some love and do some shows
we're
decided
grateful you
upon.
came to us.
Oh, thank you.
We're
We're great for
so
having us.
glad you did.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That's
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
cool,
yeah.
man. That's very
Are you on tour? I mean, are you making several stops or?
So yeah, so we're here in LA for a week, and then we fly to New York for about 3 days on Sunday. So
Yeah.
it's a busy trip, but yeah, so far it's been really good.
Very cool.
Have you been here before?
We came here in April, but that was for fun, not for work.
Yeah, we came here for a holiday in April.
Yeah.
It was good.
What do you like best about the United States?
The sun. Constant
Oh
sun.
my
that's
God!
right.
Constant
Yes.
sun.
Son.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
that's
food.
interesting.
Food's really good.
Food's really
People
good.
are really nice here as well.
Very friendly.
Yeah, the service
Very hospitable.
the hospitality in America is way better than in the UK.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, if you go to a restaurant in the UK, yeah.
Fend for yourself.
Yeah, just
Get it
order
yourself
and
served?
don't
Yeah,
expect
yeah.
conversation. Yeah, they're gonna put your food away and go. But yeah, it's been good.
Very good.
Well, it's been a difficult time for the United States, really. And I think anything like what you're saying really cheers us up that we haven't lost it, that we still can love
I'm
people
gonna get
and
emotional.
make
I swear
them
to God, I
feel
can't hear
welcome.
stuff like this because
Yeah.
I'm gonna start crying.
Oh.
This is the kindest show we've ever
Yeah.
done.
100%.
We do have tissues. Yeah.
I've got a
You
spare
got
one
some
here.
ghost tissues. Yeah.
Well, it's all on the card. Say this and say that, and that's how we say it. So
I don't think
Wow.
I don't think we'd
Sorry,
have I don't think we'd have issues if we only laughed more.
Yes.
Don't you agree? I think
100%.
one of the best things about what we're doing and what you're doing is that we're making people laugh.
Yeah, it's
100%.
And
important.
be happy during a time that's difficult for people.
Yeah, we try our best, as we said a few times now, we try our best to just be a nice respite, a nice little break from the stress of everything and just find the funny in what's going on as much as we can.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
It's worked out well so far.
Yeah.
For the both of us.
Yeah.
Us and you guys, clearly. So, yeah.
So do either of you actually hold another job, or is this all you do?
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah, we quit our jobs last year
Oh,
to
very
do this
good.
full time.
So we did this full-time.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let's hope we don't have to go back.
Yeah. I could never.
They're
What-
waiting.
What did you do before you?
So I used to work in hospitality. So I was a manager of a couple of restaurants for the best part of 10 years.
Ah.
I was a personal trainer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Training them to do what?
Just look better, feel better.
Clearly, he has never had a personal trainer.
No, just a wife, you know.
And you're here at such a funny time, Halloween.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's the best. Yeah, we were saying that we don't really celebrate Halloween very much in the UK.
Not like this anyway.
Yeah,
you guys
nowhere
go, You guys
near.
go crazy for it.
It's big here.
Yeah.
It
So
is.
we're
It's-
excited.
Yeah, this is one of the biggest holidays of the year for adults.
That is crazy.
I'm super jealous. Yeah, I'm not even joking. Like, I'm really happy to be here on Halloween.
I have a wonderful Halloween story. You know, we're grandmothers, and my first grandchild, Kira, was 1 year old, and she was very shy, and so she had a little Wonder Woman costume on. She looked adorable,
cute as hell.
and I was dressed as a pirate, and I was begging her to go next door and knock on the door and assuring her that they expected her and they had candy for her, and she just was too shy to do it. And the next morning, she woke up and jumped out of bed and said, "I'm ready to go now."
Oh, bless her.
God. That's the cutest
Her
thing.
most embarrassing moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you had to
wow.
break it to her.
Right, yeah. So we're gonna do some quick fire questions for you guys.
Okay.
That came from our Instagram.
audience,
Okay.
yeah.
So real quick, biggest regret and biggest blessing.
Well, I can tell you right now that I don't have very many regrets
Come
at
on.
all. But the biggest blessing, of course, is my family.
Yeah.
Amazing.
You're too wholesome. I can't even make eye
And
contact.
I say that the Academy Award of motherhood is having your children want you to be near their children. That's the Academy Award of mothering.
Wow.
And I've been
very
lucky
wholesome.
enough to have that in spades.
That's so wholesome.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Yeah.
All right. Our next question. Who's the strongest out of you guys?
You mean
Physically?
You have a lot of-
Yeah. If you have to get down to it. Yeah.
He's not here. That would
Physically.
put maybe
Yeah.
Curtis.
Physically, not mentally.
Just physically.
Let's not go there.
Curtis isn't here.
Curtis isn't here.
He's our
about
big
6'1".
guy.
Yeah,
He's a big guy. He's
Oh.
probably the
6 foot
strongest.
something. He would
Damn.
be our strongest.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
I'll ask one. Love or money?
Love.
Love.
Always.
Yeah.
So you were going to say
Yeah,
money.
I was gonna say
you were going to say
you
money.
guys have been PR
No,
trained.
I
What's going on?
wasn't. It would be love.
Love of money.
With money. Yeah.
And if you already have money, it's an easy answer.
It doesn't cancel you out, you know? Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. If you could redo your 30s again, what would you do differently?
Not much.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed my life.
Good. Good.
God.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
I've enjoyed my life too. If I wouldn't redo anything. I had my most success after I was 60 years old. But I know if I had had that same success at 30, I wouldn't have lived through it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Fair point.
Really,
we say that
yeah,
all the
that's
time.
A good
yeah,
point.
if we were in this position when we were like 22, 23,
gosh.
we
Oh,
would-
yeah.
yeah.
We
We would,
would-
yeah.
yeah.
I can't go back that far. 22.
We would have
That was-
lost
Yeah,
it.
we wouldn't have survived it.
So wait, how old are you guys?
We're 32.
Thir-
32.
Both?
32.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Young. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You got a long way to go.
Someone asked, does it hurt every morning?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The answer is no.
Does what hurt it?
Absolutely not.
Oh, yeah. I forgot to
Everything.
say.
Yeah,
What?
existence.
No.
Just
No.
existence.
No.
No, it
Do
does
you know
not.
what turmeric is?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Turmeric and
Yeah.
stretching. No,
Absolutely.
No
Yeah.
hurt after that.
Okay.
She can
Every
do a
morning
full
you take your
split.
turmeric and you stretch your body a little bit.
She can do a full
She
split.
does a
That's
full
not true.
split.
Can't.
And
Yeah,
I,
she
I-
can.
Absolutely.
Dances on
But-
the table. She
I-
does the
yeah,
full splits.
I do 3 hours of Pilates every week.
Wow.
Yeah, not all at once, of course. Separate,
Yeah, that's
Tuesday's
Tuesday's booked out.
separate hours, but I'm very faithful. And the one advice I would really give you is keep moving. Keep
yeah.
Nice.
moving your body.
Move it or lose it.
It's your spaceship, and you don't want to lose it.
Gentlemen, it has been just wonderful having you here today. You do have two of the greatest laughs that I've ever heard.
Thank you very
so
much.
much.
I've
Absolutely.
enjoyed your show. You bring joy. You're like our show. People say, what's the point of your show? Just to bring joy, just to bring happiness, make somebody laugh.
This is easily the most wholesome show of anything we've ever done. So thank you guys for having us. We appreciate it.
Oh, you think
What-
we're hosts?
What
Oh, today you are.
Yeah,
Today,
today, you
Today
guys
you're
are best
very
behavior
wholesome.
today.
We were
clearly.
told to be on our best
Yeah,
behavior.
yeah, we gotta be nice.